Let us play. Good evening, YouTube. This is the Mortal Kombat Challenge Tower, Part 13. Towers 131 to 140. I am your host, somewhat absentee of late, I do confess, Deckard49. Without further ado, let's jump straight in. We are on Challenge 131, Udagoro, or Udagoro. Regardless of how that's pronounced, the smell is not going to be too wholesome, and that's going to be something that we're going to have to deal with. Our avatar here is Johnny Cage, and I only hope the smell is repulsed by the strength of his own ego. Okay, so it's a zombie Goro. That's pretty interesting. I thought perhaps they were going to sell it as the smell of the human flesh dying in the catacombs, which is his usual resting place. I can't imagine the zombie smells terribly worse than a lot of other things. You know, I certainly imagine that Sunday morning, that beautiful Sunday morning smell, when Goro and Shiva have been at it for the entire weekend, is probably something that would upset me more. I don't know. Perhaps Cage is slightly less susceptible to pongy smells, given the reviews that his films normally get from the critics. Come on, Johnny. We can do it. Oh! I'd imagine there's not too many places that actually smell worse than Goro's crotch. Zombie or not, when your face is that close to it. Anyway, that being said, this match is over, and I have succeeded on Challenge 131. Damn, you are good. Next, okay. Challenge number 132 in this particular tower is Test Your Sight. The reward is 400 Mortal Kombat credits. Coins of a K. Credits of a K. Whichever one you prefer. Alright, let's do this. Keep your eye on the skulls, YouTube. Come on. We can do it. There's the brain in the middle one. Okay. I don't even think they moved. I think it's in the middle one. Oh, you can't kid a kidder. You can't scam a scammer. I saw that one coming miles off. Okay, what's next? Let's have something a little bit more meaty, perhaps. Yes, talking of meat, here's Jax. Challenge number 133 is called Gotcha, and we simply have to defeat Kano. Yeah, it doesn't seem too difficult, to be honest. Kano, out of my way, Jax. You're not getting away this time. That wasn't a particularly fucking Shakespearean series of text, but you know, it got the job done. They're going to have a fight with each other. I don't know, YouTube, as Herculean as this particular face-off may be, I imagine it's not a patch on any of the battles either of these gentlemen have to go through trying to get through airport security on any given weekday. Australian customs is difficult enough at the best of times. Oh, and there goes Kano demonstrating his domestic abuse talents. Looks like he's got them well practiced out. Nevertheless, Jax will not be denied. Come on, Jax. Put him out of his misery. And what have we here? I haven't seen this before. This is slightly novel. Let's just keep punching him in his face until his head comes off. Okay, dude, I know he messed around with Sonya a little bit. Does he really deserve to have his entire face punched in? Like, this is how he got the metal plate to start with. He just got some, and so did you, my friend. Okay, challenge number 134 is the cunningly titled New Jax City. Jax must successfully perform at least one of each of Jax's grapple moves. Apart from being an atrocious example of the English language and syntax, incidentally, this sounds tricky. Oh, Jax doesn't have time to deal with crazy bullshit. Jax, where's your girlfriend Sonya? Watch your mouth, jerk. Come on. Oh, once again, a perfect example of Shakespearean prose there. I'm surprised this game hasn't won more awards for its, you know, its motivation, its character, its depth of narrative. Completely unjust. You just saw the air got you there. I popped them up in the air by doing a ground pound and just picked him straight out of an elevated position. You love it. I think the key to a couple of these juggles, these air throws actually, is going to be the ground pound. There, once again, air throw, popped him up in the air and made him pay for the insult to Sonya. The gotcha grab, nice and easy, no need to pop him up for that. Interestingly, this character's called Cabal that I'm fighting. I think the only thing he's going to be capable of doing when I finish with him is watching a Cable foreseeable future, to be honest. Oh, I apologise for the pun, that was terrible. Okay, the only thing left to do here is enhanced dash fist, so I'm going to hitting him with the regular dash fist over and over and over until my energy bar powers up. And that is it there. He'll never dance again, YouTube, or eat solid foods for at least 3.5 years, to be honest. And that was a complete success once again. You are welcome. Challenge number 135 is Earthquake. Defeat your opponent. Shiva charges over time, and I have to do a ground pound to debuff her when this happens. That sounds simple enough. Come on, Shiva. I just beat up your love mates and Goro. Thrashed him to within an inch of his life. I've still got the smell of my fists, but I'm not going to hold it against you. Okay, she's clearly holding it against me. I'm bringing the fight back to her. Perhaps I can get her over in the corner, stuck near the helicopter. Shiva, I'm sure he's a tender and sympathetic lover who does everything within his power to please you. 4 arms, that's got to be good, ain't it? Although they only have 3 fingers each, I'm trying to figure out whether that works out for better or worse. I don't know, perhaps we'll save that question for another day. For the time being, she is getting thrown around like a ragdoll. She's been unable to keep her buffs locked in, and ultimately she's lost the fight. Challenge 135 is a success. Challenge 136 is Don't Lose Your Head. I am fighting Sector, and it appears that 6 headshots will knock my head off. Interestingly enough, I'm not sure how they work that out, that exact number, but you know, Jack's head is not sewn on very well right now. Sonya says, Jax, what are you doing? The surgeon ordered you to stay in the IC ward. Those sutures are still fresh. And here we find one of the things that I really love most about this Mortal Kombat game. You know, I absolutely adore them. I will accept that my character will have his head punched off in 6 blows, just as part of the narrative conceit, just as the way the game's playing out. But they always take it one step further and suggest that an actual medical professional, a surgeon, who studied for 10 years and has been practicing for double that again, has actually said to Jax, I put some sutures in your head, but I'm afraid that if you go out and engage in Mortal Kombat, if you get hit in the head 6 times, your head's going to come off. That's profound. That's the best gaming has to offer. Anyway, I kept my head on that particular occasion, and I am good to go on challenge number 137, Cyber Wars. And I'm fighting a couple of robot ninjas here, a trio, a triumvirate. Defeat the Tekkunin. I don't know, that sounds a bit odd. Your arms are constructed from stolen Tekkunin designs. Like hell they were. Who are the Tekkunin? I will retrieve them by force if necessary. Okay guys, there are a trio of robots who want to rip my arms straight off of my body. I think you're going to be about as happy with that as I am. Meaning not happy at all. Let's show this trio of Tarkanian tosspots exactly what these metal arms can do. No, your bomb is not going to hit me. Oh, god damn, he hit me with the Ultra. This is not going well for Jax. A Cyrax may put an end to me before we've even got onto his 2nd and 3rd colleagues. Come on, Jax, you can do it. Flying punches, and my Ultra came out. I believe that is game over for Cyrax. Close enough, anyway. Oh, air throw. This is close to the bone. No pun intended. And Cyrax is down, and we're on to Sector. I believe that they forgot to mention in her initial diatribe, their initial accusations, that had also stolen the healing factor, the health regeneration from the experiment Weapon X, or as we now know him, Wolverine, who happened to be in the secret laboratory next door where they were also performing inhumane experiments and morally ambiguous operations. I think of the trio, it's actually Sector that I dislike the most. I get the impression that he's the dominant brother, and also the somewhat sadistic one who would try and coax his younger siblings into pulling the wings and legs off insects and harming like household pets in other ways, and traps such as razor blades in the food, etc., etc. And we are onto our final opponent here, Sub-Zero, who doesn't seem to be holding it up particularly well. I'm giving him a nice little working over here. From his body language and mannerisms, I can infer that as a child he was always bullied and picked on as an endeavours to highlight the world's beauty through prose, poetry and performance art. Always resulted in significant amount of disdain, which subsequently turned him into the dispassionate, lethal killer that we see before us now. And that's why they call me Deckard Holmes. Heaven forbid I ever see your sex tape. I could write an entire biography about you, my friends. Now, challenge number 138 is Test Your Strike. Someone very helpfully pointed out, following my previous shenanigans with Test Your Strike, that you have to wait until the meter goes green. Thank you. Thank you kindly. That was a very helpful and useful observation to me. Okay. This is an entirely new material for us to work on Kung Fu Magic on YouTube, a diamond brick. I don't know, it seems a bit of a waste to me. I'm sure there's other things you could do with that much diamond. However, you know, that being said, it could always be the type of brick which ends up in a toilet, which would not be very pleasant at all. So perhaps we should consider ourselves lucky, if not several £1,000,000 worse off financially. Challenge number 139 is Specials, anyone. And I am only allowed to hurt my opponent with special moves, which, consider I'm using Sindel, is probably quite a bad thing actually, because I don't use her at all, I don't like her. So, just a reality check, she is a woman, so she can do a very powerful scream, and she can attack me with her hair, like most of the women I know. She is somewhat unique in that she has a cartwheel move, which can make your nose bleed. Only 2 or 3 of the women I know can actually do that, so we're in good company there. So Ermac, like myself, has a significantly large number of teleport moves. However, if the outcome is anything like when I try and teleport to the pub after work, I still don't fancy his chances against Sildel, to be honest. The woman will scream at you and attack you with her hair every single time. Oh, Ermac dropped the Ultra. He's left it open for me. I'm coming from behind, and the job is a good one. Come home with the shopping. Straight home, or there will be trouble. Now, challenge number 140 in the challenge tower is the Queen's Guard, and it is mother and daughter facing off against a horde of zombies. You do have to ask yourself the question, don't you, YouTube? Normally, you know, a mother and daughter day out, perhaps go for some shopping, the beauticians, a facial or a manicure, pedicure even. No, not these two. Never mind the beauty pageant. These two aren't happy unless it's the fucking zombie pageant. No one's going home until there's hordes of undead flesh dwellers lying on the floor in complete ruins. Does my hair look okay? Questions Sindel as another beam of ultraviolet energy and mixed from her mouth into the horde of zombies. Yes, Melina says, it looks completely fine. How is my thong? Your thong's fine, dear. And what about my teeth? Your teeth are perfectly horrific, says the caring, doting mother. Fuck me. Mortal Kombat Challenge Tower Part 13. Leave some comments. Good people.